Well, hello on this really cold and dreary March day. I haven't done a video in so long, but there's been so much going on here that I want to show you a couple of things today. The first is, dun dun, our farm roads are getting redone, and I couldn't be happier about it. This is a cooperative farming project. We have 4 farms farming here. And it's about 120 some acres all told that we're sharing. We share roads and we share water. And so over a whole bunch of years of, tractors, lots of tractors going over these roadways, and some really awful rainy seasons that have just kind of destroyed the roads. We've been really they just became impassable even in trucks, and some of the roads even in the tractors. And it's been very inconvenient trying to drive around all the huge potholes that kind of turned into lakes, and then and it was becoming kind of like increasingly dangerous to drive on the roads. Sometimes the tractors would feel tippy if you hit the potholes the wrong way. So anyway, Luke was able to kind of gather up a bunch of support for the cause between some nonprofit groups and Columbia Land Conservancy and all the farmers here. He was just able to get together all the permissions and the funding and everything to get this project done. So it was started this week. Look at that beautiful road behind me. This was almost impassable a few days ago. I tried to drive our 4-wheel drive truck through, and I made it, but I had to do some zigzaggy fancy driving to get down this road a few days ago, and look how gorgeous it is now. So anyway, we're very excited about it, and it's gonna make the season much more efficient. There will be much happier farmers around here. The next thing I want to show you is inside the bulbadome where all the tulips are growing. We have been harvesting for, I don't know, since about before Valentine's Day. So 6 weeks maybe of harvest now. And even though it's very cold and overcast today, I've kept the heat low because it actually helps them get longer stems. If the temperatures are too warm or it's too sunny like last week, they'll just be triggered to bloom. And actually the heat last week was just fine because we had such a cold gray period before that heat came that I had really long, nice stems on the tulips and was just waiting for them to bloom. They were just sitting there getting taller and taller with these green heads that weren't actually blooming, and then that heat forced them to bloom, which was nice. So we were able to cut those all, and hold on, I'm going to turn this around. All right, it's kind of a hot mess in here. I've been harvesting and I didn't clean up. Let's see, I'll just kick it in. All right, there we are. It's warm in here. Relatively warm anyway. Fans are running. It's pretty high humidity in here. This is Freeman I've been picking this week. One of my favorites. Never very tall, but scented and my favorite color of orange. Just the very last of the Columbus and a whole bunch of new varieties that I'm waiting on. I expect that in a couple of days, this is Mary Jo, I think she'll be ready. These are getting nice and tall in the past couple days, gray, cold weather, and these are gorgeous, like a huge yellow bloom packed with petals. And we have a few new guys coming in who I've never grown before, who I've never seen, I'm excited about. One is, of course I can't remember the name right now, but I think she's going to be very pretty. And the other is Bell Song. This is the first one to bloom just this morning, but all of these are Bell Song, so we're going to have a lot of them. And what a beauty. Look at the fringe. How pretty is that? So, yeah, it's been busy in here. This has already been turned over maybe 2 times, where we take the crates that have finished blooming, they get dumped outside, and new crates get brought in. Okay, also kind of a hot mess in the cooler right now because overgrown tulips. It was so warm last week that I started to have tulips just growing so fast in storage that they were growing like into the crate above it. So I unstacked a few and I'm just leaving them here in the cooler. But we have tulips for the shop. These girls are going out for delivery tomorrow, and still a few more things that I need to unstack, and then crates that are full of, oh, not too many anymore. We sold through a lot of this week, but crates that are stacked with harvested tulips. We pull on the bulb and store that way, nice and closed, just when the first crack of color is coming, and they store for a long time in the cooler. We actually could store them a lot longer than we do because we're selling through them pretty quick this year. All right, last thing I'll show you. We just started organizing dahlia tubers today. We're gonna ship them out this week and next week, and then start packing up ones that will be picked up at our flower shop. But so far, all these guys are gonna be shipped out. So we were sorting through, everything was divided. Well, not everything. We still have dividing to do, but a lot of varieties have been divided already, and we were just going through them and making sure we had chunks with really big, nice crowns on them. The crowns is where the eyes form, and that's what the stems shoot out of the eyes. So the eyes are dormant this time of year, so we can't actually see the eyes, so we put big chunks of tubers that have big, oh, I see that eye actually. Yeah, look at that. With big crowns, so that we know that there's going to be an eye or two or many, many more sometimes on each tuber. But they're storing beautifully. They look really nice. We've been able to keep really good temperature control in here and humidity control in here for the dahlias this year. So, hooray.